Candyman is a 1992 supernatural horror film directed by Bernard Rose and is based on the short story The Forbidden by Clive Barker. It is regarded by many horror fans as not only one of the greatest scary movies of the 90s, but also one of the greatest scary movies of all time. And for good reason, too, because according to James Rolfe, the 90s are when the horror film was most in jeopardy. So it was nice to have this movie to give the genre the breath of life it deserves. But does the film still hold up today? Let's find out. The plot of Candyman revolves around a young graduate named Helen Lyle, who has just traveled to Chicago to do research on a local legend that not only haunts the area, but also haunts those who dare whisper his name. And Helen is determined to uncover the truth of the legend, only to get more than she ever bargained for. This is actually a really good premise. I mean, a woman uncovering the truth about a local legend that may or may not be real? That is the perfect setup for a horror film because of the potential for some edge-of-your-seat tension in the film. Knowing how much of a mystery Candyman is, knew to keep the character in the shadows until the right time. I give plot an A-. Next is acting, and I was impressed. Virginia Madsen managed to make the character of Helen very likable, and I feel like part of that had to do with her portrayal of the character. She gave off a perfect mix of someone who was frightened, but also determined to find out what was frightening her. And Tony Todd. Holy fuck, Tony Todd. Jordan Peele, you did a great service bringing him back for the remake, because I can't really think of anyone else who could play the role in such glorious fashion. In fact, Tony Todd actually brought the acting grade up one letter. I give acting an A+. Finally, directing. And you can tell that despite the lack of horror films from this director, you can still tell he knows a thing or two about the genre. This is a movie that keeps the mystery in the shadows, and the film does more than that by also subverting our expectations and keeping things obscure until the perfect moment to strike comes up. I give directing a B+. Overall, Candyman is a great horror film that will have you checking the mirror in order to reassure yourself that nobody is there. Anyway, I give Candyman a B+. Get it? Don't forget to like and sub for